Hey all, J-Man here. I just wanted to tell you about beardedshirts.com. It's a great place to get a lot of cool superhero shirts and other merchandise. You can scroll, they've always got sales on. As you can see, they've got these really cool print all over shirts, which I really love. That's Eddie, the founder of the site. And if you're looking for stuff, all you got to do is you click on the search here and you can type in all over. And that's going to show you the all over prints, which are really, really cool. Look at that. You got Legion of Superheroes, you got Brave and the Bold, you got JSA, you got Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, all kinds of stuff. So check out beardedshirts.com. Hello, Legionnaires and WWE fans. We're going to be talking about Bash in Berlin, and they're not talking about bashing in Berlin. They're just talking about that there was a bash and it happened in Berlin. That's what that means, in case if you're new and didn't know. Okay, so before we do that, though, we got to talk about what's going on. My God, there's a lot going on this week. I'm going to be streaming every day now. I'm not going to be able to do anything but streaming. Monday is the Legion live stream. This is episode 55. Wow, 55 Mondays we've been doing Legion live stream. And these are pretty good. We got Dawnstar appears in that last one. And Dawnstar is my second favorite female Legionnaire. So I'm really looking forward to talking about these. These are all pretty good action, lots of stories. So that's going to be on Monday. On Tuesday, we're doing episode 9 of Dazzler, and we're going to be talking about Dazzler appearing in a Chiller video, not Thriller, because they don't want to get sued, but it's called Chiller. But they do have zombies. So 4 more issues of Dazzler, including a What If, which is taking place after an early issue of Dazzler, where Dazzler went in or got help from Galactus to fight Terrax. And this What If is based on what if she became the Herald of Galactus. So Terrax betrays Galactus and he banishes him, and then Dazzler becomes the Herald. It was pretty damn awesome. And then there's another Rogue Dazzler team up that we're covering on Monday, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Wednesday, we are covering Ninja 3, The Domination. This will be on the Action Elite. My friend Owen has a website called the Action Elite. Check out the link in the description of this video, plus all my other videos. And they've got a YouTube channel where they do live streams. I've set them up to do live streams, guys. So come help me out. Support my buddy. We're going to do Ninja 3, The Domination. I absolutely love this movie. We're going to talk about it and gush over it. Thursday, I'm going to go see Beetlejuice. So I will do a review immediately when I get back from that. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. Everything's crossed. Hopefully it's okay. But then Friday, we're back, of course, to talk Fantastic Friday. And, oh, man, Crystal joins the FF in that red cover with her there fighting the wizard. I can't friggin' wait. I love Crystal. I have that issue. It's on my shelf. So I'm really looking forward to reading that one. Crystal goes one-on-one against the wingless wizard. That's going to be a lot of fun to talk about. I'm in the middle of finishing up Headmasters, the Japanese cartoon, which is continuing from the G1 Transformers. This is G1 to me. Everyone is back in it. The next episode that I'm going to watch is called The Death of Ultra Magnus. I'm not sure what happens in that episode, but I've got a feeling I know what's going to happen in that episode. The Japanese there's the best episode was like, Mars explodes or something, and you're like, oh, I guess Mars explodes, and then Mars exploded, and you're like, well, I guess you can't say that the Japanese are lying on their description. So I know Ultra Magnus bites the dust. I'm going to see what happens. Probably watch that tomorrow. Okay, let's give out a shout out to the Legionnaires, the channel members. So we got to thank Dan, Sean, Steven, and Brennan. You guys know all of them from streams and or in the chat. Mark D with a C, you guys, everybody should know him. RR, who's going to be joining me, and Classic Comics. We're going to be talking about Darkseid versus Galactus, and that's going to be damn awesome to talk about. I haven't read it yet. I just got it, though, so we're going to read that and check it out. Philip Story, thanks, Philip, for all your comments on all of my Star Trek videos, and same with RR. S-Fon82 Scotty. Scotty's going to be joining me on Tuesday to talk Dazzler, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And Digger Jim, your shirt is in the mail. That is it. And of course, now this is wrestling. So our friend Clobberin Times, aka Mike Alonso, was not really a big wrestling guy, but he's a Legionnaire. So we're thanking him on every stream anyways, because that's it. He's a Legionnaire. So we're going to thank him. All right. Let's bring Steve in and talk some bashing. Hello. All right, let's say hello to Joe Dog, who's here first with the Teen Titan ladies, Donna Troy and Starfire in bikinis, yes, and FK, who was here earlier as well. Am I into laser discs? No, I don't have any laser discs. I was about to get a laser disc player when DVD was announced, so I opted for DVD. I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I did that. Yeah. All right, there's a poll up. We've already got, how many votes do we have? Oh, we only have one vote, so it's 4 out of 5. So I guess that's Joe Dog. Gave it a 4 out of 5, unless FK votes.
That is my vote.
Oh, is that your vote? Okay. All right, so that's a 4 out of 5. All right, so we're going to talk about it. I wonder, maybe we should, let's see if maybe I should share a screen as we could see something come in. Something else here. Let's go. WWE Bash in Berlin. All right.
There were 5 matches.
All right, second here, images. Okay. Well, I was I'll say this before we even get into it. I was very happy when I looked at it and saw that it was 3 hours, and I thought,
yep,
I can actually watch this. This is this morning, and I've got so now I'm using my Becky custom made Becky notepad, and I've got tons of stuff. I mean, I have tons of pages on the go. Like it's just it's like one page. This is all filled up with stuff. 2, 3, 4. We're on page 5. So I opened up to Headmasters and I watched a couple of Headmaster episodes. And I thought, well, I gotta watch that wrestling. I thought, well, maybe I'll watch that like Monday. And then I saw that it was 3 hours. Like, I can watch this right now. So I was like, let's do it. And then Steve was able to see it. So I was like, perfect. So we can actually do this on Sunday. Here's the pattern. Here's everybody. Oh, okay. That's good. That's our good. That's Legionnaire Dan messaging me about the Spider, which is a character that I discovered about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, written by Jerry Siegel. After he left DC, went and started writing a British character called the Spider, not Richard Wentworth, the pulp hero Spider from the 30s and 40s. This is a 60s super crook character. I read one adventure in a Judge Dredd magazine, and then I fell in love with it. This was about midnight, and I messaged Sean. I said, Sean, you must buy all Spider books that you can get your hands on. He didn't respond. The next day he didn't respond. Then we had a stream, and I said, Sean, you must get the Spider. I've only read one story. I'm putting the effing guarantee you will die over this thing. And I ordered him one anyway. So I ordered volume 1. I was like, let me just order him a volume 1 because it was on sale on Rebellions on 2018. Yeah. So I ordered him one anyways. I'm like, let me just order him one just to be safe because it was 50% off. And then I showed him one, and he has one of the Megs, and he read the one story and he loved it so much, and then he bought the others. He literally bought the others just on me telling. No, sorry, hadn't read it yet. Just me telling him he bought the other 2 volumes himself, and he got them from Amazon, which I didn't even check, and he got them in a day, and I'm still waiting for mine from the UK. I was like, you bastard! So
don't you hate that?
Yeah. So I got the digital versions though, so I'm reading the digital versions. Man, give me that character to write now. I'd love to write it. But I will do a stream on that. Next Sunday, so 1 week from today at this same time, I'm going to have Stephen Ross on, who is the translator and the letterer for The Hunter from the Future comic book. So he's going to come on. We're actually going to talk 2000 AD because he runs a 2000 AD podcast. So we're going to talk about that. All right. Bash in Berlin, 3 hours. I wasn't bored out of my mind or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is almost like I'm not if I say this, I'm not saying this is the perfect pay-per-view in the sense of I'm saying like everything was perfect about it. What I'm saying is that 5 matches.
Yep.
Each one is somewhat significant. I'm not saying if you care about the storyline, you might not care about the storyline, and then that's to each their own. But it at least mattered. Like it was a built up story. Like were they all built up stories as much as you could build them up? But I mean that was a bit of a weird one.
Everyone but the second one between Bianca and Jade and
yeah,
if there was a storyline. I'll talk about when we talk about it. But
yeah, okay. So let's just get into it then. Kevin Owens versus Cody. This was the tag match was a weak storyline. This was a bit even weaker because it's just like, hey, do you want to fight at the next pay-per-view? Yeah, okay, I'll fight at the next pay-per-view. Okay.
Yes and no.
All right. Well, the crowd was definitely into it.
They were. Yeah.
Kevin Owens, the storyline was sort of that he doesn't want to go all out or he's holding back a little bit. And then, of course, we knew Cody. I mean, everyone knew Cody was going to win this one. There was no doubt in anyone's mind.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
So there's no doubt in that one. So, okay, so what were you going to say on this one?
So Cody Rhodes, and no one's going to talk about this, but I will. Cody Rhodes' title reign so far has been sort of abysmal.
Right.
After he had the big win in WrestleMania, he then went into a feud with AJ Styles. AJ Styles is close to the end of the road. He's still a name, but it was very much like, again, obvious.
Right.
Then he fought Logan Paul. Logan Paul was not going to win, right? He was the U.S. champion. So he fought AJ Styles twice. He fought Logan Paul. He fought Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam, which was the most interesting feud he's had in his entire thing because they were really pumping up the bloodline then. But again, now he's fighting the bloodline again. So it was kind of boring as well.
Right.
Now he's fighting Kevin Owens. Again, Kevin Owens isn't going to win. So Cody Rhodes' entire title reign, which no one will talk about probably in this terms, has been sort of whatever. Like a lot of title reigns have been in WWE since Triple H took over, which again, no one will talk about. The good news, the thing with this one though, is that the interesting part was the whole idea around Kevin Owens not winning a singles title in 8 years. And the whole story arc with that. That was what was interesting. The whole thing about will he or won't he? Will he turn on Cody or won't he?
Right.
That was the interesting part of it. He wasn't going to win. I knew he wasn't going to win, but the question was he going to turn? And for that, I was 50-50. I was sort of like, probably not. But it would be interesting if he did.
Right.
Kevin Owens, since he left Sami Zayn, he's still awesome.
Yep.
But they put him with Randy Orton, and he feuded with Logan Paul, and he's fighting the bloodline again because everyone's got to fight the bloodline again. And Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are around, and he sort of fights them whenever he's got a lull. But he hasn't really done a lot since he lost the tag team titles to Sami Zayn. Right? They moved him to SmackDown, and he was sort of there. So this was the most interesting thing he's done in a while, and I like that because I really like Kevin Owens. He is underrated in my opinion. So I was happy to see that because this match, unlike the stuff with AJ Styles, unlike the stuff with Logan Paul, had an emotional quotient. He was fighting a friend of his.
Right.
It had some table stakes emotionally that we haven't seen yet. Right? It wasn't just we need Cody to fight someone. It's just like, oh, this is kind of interesting. So in that aspect, I liked it.
Yeah, I got nothing wrong. I got no problems with the match. It's like, but then both title matches had the big kind of handshake ending.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess. Again, it's like, I feel like this is weird. It's like these side shows, these, Bash in the Berlin and whatever, the castle and all the Clash in the castle and all these weird ones. They're sort of like you're not going to get the best thing out of it. So it's like it's not going to be WrestleMania level. It's not going to be those ones that we know. Those big ones like it's Royal Rumble or whatever. It's not. Yeah, it's not SummerSlam. These big ones from our childhood that have always been there. Like I wasn't sitting around like when I was like 12 going, friggin' Bash in Berlin, when's that coming?
Yeah,
it was like, there's like those in your house, remember all those like weird ones, and you're like, yeah, okay. I mean,
but those got progressively
better, right?
Yeah, you're right. Those got progressively better. I remember there was the whole Team Canada versus Stone Cold and his people. That was sort of interesting.
Yeah.
There was Stone Cold when he was rising versus The Undertaker. That was sort of interesting. I think the problem is that they just haven't developed. They have a lot of talent, but they haven't developed the characters well enough or elevated them high enough to be serious contenders for the heavyweight championship. Like, look how long Gunther was Intercontinental Champion before they gave him the World Championship. It was almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Like they're doing the slow burn, which is fine, but it takes them so long to develop these guys and push them into that elevated stratosphere. You just have, like, if you need a match tomorrow, who are you having the match with? Right? So Kevin Owens is the problem is that other than the Survivor Series match, which they tried to really build up and really, base it off of what happened in WrestleMania, everything is just like, well, who's sort of an exciting or a hot or a reliable worker? We'll let them wrestle Cody. And the problem is that they're just waiting for WrestleMania where he'll face off with The Rock. Like, that's what they're building. Like, that's set in stone, pretty much.
Yeah, so now they got filler.
Yeah, it's biding time.
This is like the NES Pro Wrestling. You're just waiting to fight. Was it Puma? What was the guy's name?
Puma. Yeah.
Remember that? That was a great game. I love that game.
That was a cool game.
Yeah, you pick like you're whoever you are, like Star. Everyone's like Star. Everyone like Starman or whatever, or Amazon or one of those guys. So you're Starman, and you're just like, okay, I fought King Slender 400 times, and I fought King Corn Karn or something, and you're like, okay, so I fought this guy like 4. I was like, okay, just when am I fighting the Great Puma or whatever? It's like that's the guy I want to fight, and so it's just bullshit until you get to that.
Yeah, until you get there. It's just like, I like what they're doing with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, where it's almost like a series. I like that. Like, I like that concept. There's concepts out there, and the workers are there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I would love to see Carmelo Hayes versus Cody Rhodes at some point. But they're not built. They haven't built him up there. They got him fighting Andrade.
Yeah.
The problem is that the rosters have too many wrestlers who need screen time to build and develop. And it's important. Like, you'll see wrestlers, like, where's Lyra Valkyria been lately?
I know. She's awesome.
Yeah. She's been MIA. Like,
I was looking for, because Bailey's kind of going on the low. Becky's out. So I was looking for the next one for me. And Lyra was in my contenders. Tiffany Stratton is there. Like, I was looking for some contenders for who are going to be my favorites now that Becky's gone, and Bailey. I don't know what they're going to do with Bailey. She did appear for a second, so maybe they're going to continue. I don't know. As long as Bailey's active, she'll be my number one because Becky's gone. But I was looking for who's going to be the next one. Is it going to be Lyra in there? And I was trying to see, like, who do I like, and then it's like they're just like, she's not around anymore. Like, where is she? Like, I felt well, we can move on to Isla and Alba versus Jade and Bianca. I felt like Isla and Alba were like, where are these girls? Like they were, and then they appeared. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this big feud. It's like, no, you're having a feud where it feels like you would have calmed down by the time. It's like one of these, like, I'm so angry. Sean, I'm so angry at Sean. I'm going to fight him tomorrow. Oh, no, you can't make it tomorrow. Well, I'm going to fight him the next day. Well, he's not there the next day. Oh, I'm gonna fight him next week. Yeah, he's not here next week. It's like, oh, he'll fight you in 2 weeks from now. And then you're like, I'm not really mad anymore. Like I kind of got over it.
Yeah, you lost the heat. Right?
I lost the heat, it's like, and then, someone pissed me off at work and now I want to fight them. I don't want to fight Sean anymore. It's just like, it's like, what happened? Right. So that's the problem. You're not built. And then people forget you're sitting here saying, oh yeah, were they in a feud or what happened with that? It's like, yeah, did they have a match? Like you start to question, it's like, didn't they solve this feud or are they still feuding? Like I'm so far ahead of Bianca and Jade. I'm like, yeah, aren't they fighting each other at the next pay-per-view? It's like, no, they're still a tag match. They're still a tag team. I'm like, wait, didn't they break up? It's like, no. It's like, well, I know they're going to, so okay.
Yeah.
It's just funny because it's like you're ahead, like your mind is ahead of what you're watching.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, yeah, I'm already prepared. I was like, maybe it's this time. No,
I thought it was going to be this time for sure. It's like, okay, it's this time for sure. That's happening. That's happening right now. It's no. Oh, she's going to tag. Oh, here we go. No. No. And like, oh, they won. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now entering the studio, our today's contestant wrestler who loves to kick some ass from WWE, Cody Rhodes. Yes. All right. So Jade and Bianca versus Isla and Alba. Alba Fire did a good, cool that cool kicking Jade off the side. That was kind of neat. Yep. Jade slams Bianca onto Alba Fire. Yes, that was kind of cool too. I like Alba Fire on the top rope. That top rope thingy that was like a weird kind of move. And then Jade and Bianca double teamed and won. We knew they were going to win. No. I wasn't sure they were going to win. I thought they might break up on this one and then fight each other, and they might keep the sisters because now that those two girls don't have those titles, WTF are they going to do?
That's a great question. I thought they would win because you generally need a title match, a title switch, and if Cody's not going to drop,
and Gunther wasn't going to drop,
then they had to drop.
Yeah.
I absolutely, this was my weakest match for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I did not care. Like the Unholy Union need characters. Like no one cares about them. They were in Europe and no one cared about them. They need characters and they need the titles to continue to be shown because you're right, WTF. But now that they've dropped the titles to Bianca and Jade, who are just going to dominate for a while until Bianca turns on Jade, I assume, or vice versa. I don't know which way they're going to go. Who's going to turn?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, okay, like the Unholy Union, like there's too many of these wrestlers now who are obviously trending in a direction, but no one cares.
Mm.
And these are two of them. The other one is Pure Fusion, whatever they're called, Pure Fusion Collective. They're another ones. They're obviously heels, but no one really cares. No one wants yet to cheer Damage Control, who are now faces.
Yeah.
No one wants to cheer them. Even though they are now acting, well, now they're faces, obviously faces, because they're just doing everything. I'm like, see, that was exactly what I was saying. They were always faces. This is why they didn't work as heels. Except Dakota Kai. She's the only one who was a heel. So I'm hoping she...
Yeah, but now people are confused because they're like, but you're still doing the same thing. So are you a face? It's like...
Yeah, are you a face or a heel? This is why you don't do that. You have to change. So you have that. And you have, like, I don't know, like, no one cares about the Party Girls, even though they're awesome. No one cares about Chance and Carter. No one cares about Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile turned on Maxine Dupree, and people still didn't care. No one cares about Candice and Indy Hartwell. There's too many females that no one cares about in the women's division. The only way you're going to have them do anything is to fight someone who they do care about. So if putting Michin against Nia Jax was smart because everyone hates Nia Jax. But even then, people still didn't care about Michin.
Mm-hmm.
it's just hilarious to me. You got this entire row of women who no one gives a damn about.
And Michin was like, Michin isn't what I do, it's who I am, or something. I'm like, I don't know what
I
that
don't know
means.
what she was talking about. I mean, I'm glad she's no longer the female Sub-Zero,
Right.
but she needs to stop. She needs a character. I would put her with Shotzi when she comes back and call them the horror show. Like what you're seeing with Wendy Chu is what they should have been doing with Michin and Shotzi.
Yeah.
Anyhow, this match was whatever. I had zero caring. I just wanted to see if Jade is getting better in the ring because she made a lot of mistakes a few pay-per-views back. She is getting better, but inevitably, I didn't care about this match. I want to see Bianca versus Jade. That's what everyone wants to see. People will care about that match, so you might as well just do it. Them being the tag team champions doesn't elevate the tag team championship because they have zero competition. You need competition to elevate the belts. And then have them beat that great competition. That elevates the belts. That elevates the characters. If you think about how the WWE used to work, Jake Roberts is the guy who prepped the heels for Hogan. Mm-hmm. There was a system in place. There needs to be a system in place now. There doesn't seem to be a system in place. It's just,
the tag belts are brutal, man. Like, this is like, nobody cares. Yeah, it's like Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, who are bad guys for 5 minutes, and then they're good guys, and they're bad guys, and it's like, oh no, Candice is cheating. It's like, so,
yeah,
like I don't care.
Yeah,
I like Candice. I like Indy Hartwell. I like all the ones that you mentioned. Yeah, everyone that you mentioned, I actually like them.
Yeah, me too. I want them to succeed. I want Zoe Stark to be fighting for world championship. She's awesome.
Yeah,
but no one cares. No one cares. It's just brutal. The only female matches I enjoy are the NXT matches.
Yeah, those are all good. Yeah, NXT is the way to go. Like, I mean, yeah, like people care about Tiffany with the Money in the Bank, waiting for her to try to cash in on Nia Jax. Like that's the only female thing going on right now. Like people like Rhea Ripley, but like who is she gonna fight? Like she'd have to fight Nia Jax then or something. Like I don't know.
She's already done it.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Tiffany Stratton, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think Liv Morgan's going to be my favorite now, just because like I like her, and I don't know who else. I don't know who else there is. Yeah. Rhea and Liv are going to be my two favorites because like there's no
one else. I think like the problem is that there's just not enough intriguing. I think Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes is like the most intriguing matchup I've seen in a while that they've continued on. Like I remember when I was obviously like when WCW was around. I remember I was watching a Saturday afternoon show, and it was the main event was Sting versus Paul Orndorff, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because I like both those guys, and they're both really good. And what the hell is going to happen? Like that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. Just give me a really compelling matchup. And in the female thing, I'm not getting compelling matchups. And then a lot of the male ones, I'm not getting. Like the Miz is still around. I have zero idea why. Like he's done. Like I don't know. Like the New Day, why do I keep seeing them? Why are they holding back Karrion Kross? I want to see more Karrion Kross. He's an interesting character. Build him up.
Yeah.
Right. Give me more Scar. Please God, give me more Scarman.
Yeah.
The Street Profits, awesome guys. Why am I not seeing? Like, why am I seeing them occasionally? Like, they have too many wrestlers. We don't
have way too many. There's guys that walk down. And like that Karrion Kross and like everyone but him, it's like I don't care about any of you guys.
No.
It's like even for Fantasma, Legado del Fantasma, it's like I like Santos, I like obviously Elektra Lopez, the other two guys, Angel and whatever. Like who are they? They can be gone.
Yeah.
And now Judgment Day, it's just become like, why is Carlito there? He's just there to get hit by Rhea Ripley or whatever. Like the two other guys, not Finn. But
McDonough and
JD, and I think it's like, why are they there?
Yeah,
like they're just there to get beat up by Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. I'm not even sure why Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, like somehow they became together, which was kind of, I guess that organically happened, but
Well, they're both screwed by Judgment Day, but like
I guess
it's weird. There's just too many guys. It's just too many guys. It's like when we talk about the Attitude Era and how everyone like romanticizes it, you didn't have a huge roster, right? You did not have a huge roster. Like Mick Foley wrestled Triple H like 400 times. Stone Cold Steve Austin fought The Rock 400 times. The interesting thing was both of them were really good characters and you wanted to see them fight one another. Like,
yeah, it's almost like it's better to have like whatever 30 really awesome characters than 60, you know, where there's like 10 awesome characters and then they're just fighting nothing. Like,
yeah, and there's just 50 guys there. It's just yeah, it's tough. And I think the problem is that they really have to make the brand splits. They do. They have to say exclusive. You're not appearing on Raw. Period.
Right.
Then that will build it up. The fact
and they should do. They need to do 3-hour Raw, 3-hour SmackDown, and literally split the roster and say, no, you're not appearing on the other one, and that's it.
Yep.
And then everyone can have equal, and then you got to have it like NXT has, I don't know what the numbers are. NXT's 2 hours, right? But like minimum, it's not actually 2 hours of footage, right? Because there's commercials, but let's pretend it's just 2 hours and the ads work themselves out. I would say like 45 minutes of that is women's things or whatever, right? So there's more males in the other two. So if you're going to do a 3-hour SmackDown and a 3-hour Raw, you need to have 2 hours of the men's, 1 hours of the women's content. And minus, you know, whatever maybe the whole thing is 2 hours and 20 minutes, you know, so whatever it works out to 30, it's like 1/3 of it needs to be the women's and the rest of it is the men's. And then build them up. Yeah. And no jumping over. It's like you can have 2 or 3 factions and make sure they're separate from each other then. Like if you have Judgment Day, the Judgment Day is only on Raw or whatever you pick. And then Wyatt family or whatever is only on the other one. Because why is there 2, you know, weird, you know, like freaky guys on the same thing? And then, or Karrion Kross's little guys, it's like, well, they're contrasting the Wyatt, because the Wyatts or whatever. It's like they come in with weird black and white footage. You're like, oh, okay, so are you? But you're not part of those guys. It's like you're your own guys. It's like, okay, so should you fight each other? Like I don't know. It's weird, but anyway,
you should. But anyhow, like so, Bash, like you know, this match was the weakest one. It had no table stakes. Alba Fire and Ivan need to take team titles. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill do not need the titles. Mm-hmm. They don't. So in my opinion, this was a mistake.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have let them drop the titles to Belair and Cargill. I would have had them implode.
Yeah, because like what is the point now of the unholy union or whatever? All right, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. I'm guessing this is the end of that. He got his bracelet back. It was a strap match. You have to go and touch all of the corner posts or whatever. CM Punk was bleeding. He did but get, I don't know if he bladed. He bladed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. CM Punk went through the table. That was cool. I liked Drew carrying him.
Yeah.
And then CM Punk.
Yeah. It was
hitting it after the fact. That was funny. And then Drew just tapped.
Yeah, well, he gave him 4 GTS and 3. I mean, 4 go to sweep. So I'm like, well, this was
reasonable.
CM Punk's best outing so far since he's returned. I have one really odd gripe. I did not like the lights on the turnbuckles being green and red. That confused me.
I wrote down CM Punk was green, but then what happened was after I wrote that down, I didn't like that because Drew usually wears green. Like he should have been green. So how has it been in the past? I don't remember.
I don't recall there being lights. So I've never seen a strap match with lights. I don't know if that was for this or if that was a recent, because we don't have many strap matches.
I was like, why is there is there going to be like an ambulance or something?
Yeah.
And then he hits one, and I'm like, oh, okay. They're turning, but it's someone pressing a button. For a second there, I thought, oh, did they rig something? So if you press it,
there was a sensor. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, but how's there going to be a sensor? What if the guy presses the wrong one? And it's just kind of brutal. So then it's like he just hit it, and it's like, I think it was just so that people could keep track of it, maybe.
I mean, I enjoyed the concept, but the problem is that you had green and red. I was confused. I was like, green is go, red is stop. So does stop mean he didn't touch it successfully? Like, what does that mean? And then, like, even I think Wade Barrett was confused, or one of the commentators was confused. The other guy was trying to explain it. I think Wade Barrett was confused, and Michael Cole was trying to explain it. And when your commentators are confused, that's not a good sign. That is a bad sign. And I was confused. But the match itself was like far better than SummerSlam, I thought. Far more compelling. Even though like the strap, like CM Punk lost the strap for a while and then the referee had to put it back on his arm. I thought that was funny. But
you can't control those. Like
no.
I hate stuff like that. I like the idea of the strap match. I think it's really neat. But like, yeah, you can't control shit like that. It's just, it is what it is.
But I think it was a good match. I think CM Punk hit his stride. Is not, he's not the explosive technical guy that we remember. He's more, but he walked in the sharpshooter. He did the GTS. He did more, I think, than I think he did in SummerSlam. I did like the fact it was just a match, and we didn't have Seth Rollins there adding a level
that's dumb
nonsense we didn't need. And I was happy with the result. When he got the bracelet back, I gave a sigh of relief because I don't want to see that bracelet ever again.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
I thought it was pretty good. I think they have one more match in them. I don't know how they don't do Hell in a Cell.
Right.
But we'll see what they decide to do.
Let's see. Can we buy the bracelet?
Yes,
he got it.
Hooray!
He got it. All right. And we had Liv and Dom versus Rhea Ripley and no, we did have that guy announcing that this was the highest grossing arena show.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Liv and Dom versus Rhea and Priest. Liv was interfering, and we had Judgment Day. Rhea goes after Dom, which people wanted to see. Liv did that weird spin.
Yeah,
I liked how she flipped her around. That was kind of neat.
Crucifix driver.
Yeah, that was cool.
Kind of.
And then we had the double Rhea and Priest together doing the double Razor's Edge. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Then Judgment Day had to come in, of course. We got the 619. We got to see Frog Splash. Yes. Dom, what did I write here? Dom runs. Oh yeah, Dom running across the announce tables. That one didn't get close. Funny. And then Riptide, and then Rhea wins, or whatever. Dom and Rhea won. So I mean, I like all these people. I really like Liv Morgan a lot. I think she's awesome. I'm glad I got her autograph. She's looking to be my favorite. I like all of her talking. I like her laughing at Rhea and saying, "Oh, and then the crowd's super pissed off at her and all that. And I like Dominic with the mustache and everything. So I'm okay. I mean, we knew Rhea. I mean, was there any doubt in the universe that unless the Judgment Day ruined it, but
no,
Rhea had to pin Liv, right? That was the thing.
Yeah, I'm guessing that was what it had to be. I personally, I kind of would have liked the Judgment Day to win, because I think
that would have been awesome.
It would have added more, given them instant credibility. Because the problem is that the Judgment Day doesn't have any big guys, and I don't mean big guys as in Cody Rhodes or something. I mean big guys as in physically big guys.
Yeah,
imposing guys. If you think about Judgment Day, when it first started, Edge, and then they got Priest, and then they had Rhea. That was an awesome combo because you had three really dominant people.
Yep.
And then they added Finn, and they got rid of Edge, which I thought was actually Not a great move, but I understood why they did it because Edge can't, end his WWE run as a heel.
Right.
So that was fine. Finn, like them, the four, Dominic, Rhea, when Rhea was actually interfering in matches, Finn Balor and Damian Priest was the best version of the Judgment Day. As soon as they got JD McDonough, I was like, nope. Because why are you now adding, like, it's the NWO. You don't need to add 14,000 people to the roster. As soon as Carlito showed up, I'm like, these guys are a joke. And for a long time, they were comic relief, which is, they're the Judgment Day. What's going on? And Rhea was kind of a face, and Priest was turning into, I'm like, what is this? So I like the fact now that they're dedicated heels. But they're not beating Priest, and they're not beating Rhea. I think you need Priest versus Dominic because I think you need got an ad during the show.
Give me my ad money. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. I've never had that happen during a lot. Has that happened before, FK? I didn't do anything different. I set these up the same way. You're on all my streams. I don't think I have ads in the middle. That's weird. Maybe YouTube added one in the middle.
YouTube's making J-Man sell out. Anyhow,
give me my money, YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, Damian Priest and you need Damian Priest to become more of a face. Have him against the best heel in the company, which is basically Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is the best heel in the WWE. He is so hated. It is astronomically hilarious. He is the perfect heel. He's cowardly. He wins not through merit, but through insidious moves.
Oh.
I loved when he just hit Damian Priest from behind, and it was so fluky in that, and then he just flexed his arms like he did something. I mean, this man, it's crazy because he's so young. This guy is a textbook how to be a heel. Like, everyone who wants to be a heel should study Dominic Mysterio, what he's doing now, because he is like so on point with his heelishness. The mustache was a genius move because now he just looks like that creepy porn guy. There's literally, like, he's a maestro of heelishness right now. He steals his dad's moves.
Yeah.
He apes the, Eddie Guerrero. Like, he is so good. At the same time, you need Liv versus Rhea because you need Liv to be taken seriously as a heel because everyone naturally wants to, like, Liv Morgan. She's plucky. She's been an underdog most of her career in WWE. People like her. Children like her. You need to make her serious as a heel. You need her versus Rhea Ripley because everyone loves Rhea Ripley.
The thing is, like, she's too cute.
She's too cute. This is the problem. It's the same thing at Dakota Kai. I'm in damage control. What damage are you controlling?
Right.
I want to hug you. And Io Sky's doing like big flips. I'm like, Bayley was the only one holding damage control together. It's no wonder that when Bayley left, damage control hit the skids and had to turn face. There goes my camera.
So it's Actually, I would have preferred had they won.
Yeah,
it would have been way cooler because it's like they need a win. The Judgment Day is just like a jokey. It's just jokes now. And I mean, it's like it would have been awesome if they somehow actually won and just actually won, and not such like even with damage or even with Judgment Day coming in and beating up everybody and they still somehow won. Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Randy Orton versus Gunther. Bash in Berlin. Randy Orton, Gunther. All right. So, did Randy get hit in the eyes or something? I was trying. I couldn't tell what happened there.
There were so many hits. I lost count. Like,
I mean,
Gunther's shoulder was destroyed for most of the match. I was completely confused at some points because I was just like, it was a long match and it was such a brutal match. I was like, what the hell is happening? Like,
like they're going on the steps here. And then Orton gets thrown on the steps, and Gunther goes through that table. And Gunther, well, he got the sleeper on Orton. I'm thinking Orton just lay down, man, and just I mean, this was crazy. And at the end, they shook their hands. Yeah, I think it was like it became a real moment where you're like, holy shit, we got through it, buddy. It was like a kayfabe thing. It was like, buddy,
yeah,
we made it through this match, man. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, it was a brutal match, man. It was.
I was like, oh my god, when is this thing gonna end? I'm like, okay, just 1, 2, he's awake. I'm like, no, end it. End it. It's like it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah,
I just end this thing. It's like you guys are dead. It's like don't. Sometimes things like mankind would do that too, where you'd be like, this isn't that fun anymore. It's like this one didn't get to that. But like some of the ones were like, no, like just like end this already. It's too crazy.
Yeah, mankind when he went through the top of the cage and then the steel chair followed him down and smashed him in the face, I was like, okay, this might now be considered assault. Like, we gotta stop this. Like, mankind took 2 moves that probably would have murdered someone. So like we gotta stop this match for sure.
Yeah, stop the match. Yeah.
This is not fun. This is just a massacre at this point. Really great match. It was the match of the night, which is what it should have been. Picking Randy Orton as his opponent was very smart because Randy Orton can go into a heel mode and be completely believable. He relishes it. But the handshake was very interesting because I'm like, ooh, are you going to make Gunther a face? Because he wouldn't normally do that. Yeah, it was a great match. It was just like, it was like, holy crap. By the end, it's like, I don't think we can continue here, guys.
Right.
Like, I was like, please someone just lose. Like, I don't know how, but like, Gunther took such a beating. I was almost like, is it believable that he could still put a sweeper on Randy Orton?
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever. He's a man's man or whatever. He can.
He's a man's man. Yes, he's definitely a man's man. Like that guy's.
I knew that would be. I knew I could find. I didn't make that. Someone had that. I was like, I knew I could find that.
Yeah. That was a crazy match. Like Randy Orton, but like he's just the perfect opponent in that environment because Gunther was going to be cheered. Randy Orton could be booed and still do his moves, and yeah, but yeah, it's a great match, man. Like match of the night, I really enjoyed it. I would rank the matches probably. My favorite was this. My second favorite was probably CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. My third.
Yep.
Was probably the Terror Twins versus Judgment Day. My fourth was Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, and my last was Bianca Belair and Jay.
I agree with that.
And the great thing about having this card is I could actually do that sort of a ranking because there's only 5 matches.
Yeah. So let's see. So far, we have 6 votes. So 5 out of 5, 17%. 4 out of 5, 67%. 3 out of 5, 17%. So basically, like one person. So 4 people voted for 4 out of 5. Yeah, I mean, when you have a shorter card, you can kind of like think about it better.
Yeah,
it's like if you only, it's like if you're a kid at Christmas, and if you get like 4 or 5 gifts, you kind of remember, yeah, these were the ones I got. If you get 14, you're like, by the time I'm on the 10th gift that I'm opening, well, I don't even remember what I got in the first. You know what I mean? It's like I never got that many, but I'm a big 1 gift guy. Like for the kids, for my niece and nephew, they get 1 each from me. That's it. And I remember my niece was like, "Oh, can you get me?" I don't know what they just name crap, which I don't even remember because they're going to forget it 5 minutes later. Like, over Christmas, can you get me like a Lego thing? I was like, sure. It's like, I'm not going to get that, but. It's like, oh, can you get 2? And like, can you get me? It's like, can I get 2 presents? I said no, and they're like, okay, but there's just one other one. I was like, no, nothing works on me. Crying doesn't work on me. I don't care. Like doing sob story faces. It's like, nope. Nothing works on me. I'm cold hearted. It's like I don't care.
You
Like,
actually relish it. You're like, yes, I made them cry.
Yeah, it's funny to me. It's I none of the tactics that kids use work on me at all. Being the uncle, the second there's like a whiny face, I was like, don't make a whiny face. and then it's like there's cries like, don't fake cry. It's like, I know fake crying. Okay. Okay. I remember when my nephew was over once a long time ago, and he wouldn't eat his crust or whatever of the pizza. Like, I don't like pizza. I don't like pizza crust. Like, yes, you do. It's like, you do today. It's like we're gonna sit. I've got 1,000 comics on this iPad that I'm holding. I will sit here and read comics while you sit at this table, not eating your crust, and your sister's going to be playing Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
While you sit here and you and I sit here, and I'm going to read, because I'll sit here with you to make sure that you don't throw it away or whatever. I'll sit here with you and read 1,000 comic books while she plays Xbox 360 with the second controller that you're going to play with sitting there idle. Whatever you want. I don't care. Your mom's picking you up at 5 p.m. I could sit here until 5 p.m. reading comics. No problem. I ate the crust. I was like, now you can go play Xbox. That's it. It's not a threat. I'm not angry. like, there's no point in getting angry. Like, you get angry. What are you gonna do? I don't hit. I actually don't believe in corporal punishment. Like, no hitting. I got no. This is the age of technology. I'll sit here. I got an iPad. I got Netflix app on there. I got Tubi on here. I'll put this shit on, watch a movie, no problem. You can sit here all day. What do I care? The second you leave, I'm going to start reading comic books and going on the iPad anyways. May as well start right now. Like, this is why technology helps parents. I don't know why they're this technology. Like, what are you talking about? Now you can discipline your kids, because before it was boring. Yeah. You tell your kid, oh, go stand in the corner, or these punishments. Like, yeah, but you don't want to stand around watching your kid stand in the corner to make sure he's there. Right? You got stuff to do with your life.
Yeah.
Here it's like, I don't want to do this. All right, well, sit there all day. I'm going on the iPad. It's like, I just watched 2 episodes of Terminator while you're sitting here not eating your vegetables, buddy. It's like, we're going to sit here all damn day. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, overall, I like this one. So when I saw it was 3 hours, I immediately knew it was going to be pretty decent. Because, because you're looking at the matches, and I didn't really care about. I like Liv and Dom and Rhea. I actually like Liv, Dom, and Rhea. I like all 3 of those guys. Yeah. So I was looking forward to that. I thought that Randy and Gunther would be a pretty good match, and I thought that I actually was really hoping that Drew and CM Punk would end it with this strap match thing. And they seems like they kind of did, but maybe they can do one more just to kind of close it off again. Cody and Kevin, I thought this will be a fun match, but I didn't really, I knew Cody was just going to win anyway. The twins, I like all of the 4 ladies. It's just that, I actually thought, I didn't actually think, I knew that Gunther was going to win, and I knew that Cody was going to win. I didn't piece together that a title has to drop, for it to really, because people walk away saying, "Well, what was this whole pay-per-view for?" Right?
Exactly.
And I didn't piece that together, and I thought, "Oh, the girls have to win this, because what is the point of Bianca? Bianca Belair is awesome, anyways, and Jade people just pumped up for, anyways. They just like her anyway."
Yeah.
And then they won. I was like, "Oh gosh!" I was like, well, that's it for 2 more ladies off the roster who aren't going to do anything. Like, when's the last time Lyra Valkyria even showed up on anything?
Well, here's one. When's the last time we saw Kiana James?
Oh, my God. Yeah. I like Kiana James. She's completely gone.
Yeah.
And I just watched an interview with Lyra Valkyria. She was really cool. Like, she was talking, I'm really excited. Oh, yeah, Kiana James. Is she even still...
Right.
Is she even still with...
Yeah.
She's completely gone.
And, she's the one who... instant heel. You don't have
Yeah.
to get much with the character. You're like, she's rich and snobby. Boom. There's the character. Heel.
Why doesn't she join that Fusion Collective or whatever it's called?
Well,
What the hell is it called?
Pure Fusion Collective.
Collective.
Natalya was talking to Sonya Deville. Why didn't she join this thing too? Why don't you have a really dominant heel female faction? You know what's hilarious though? It's your ability to have a character. So I'll give you an example. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven haven't wrestled in a few weeks.
Yeah, but they're so funny.
They're so funny, and they're still. You just give them one episode, one segment.
Yeah, one segment. Yeah,
and they're still memorable. You still remember them. They're still relevant.
Yeah.
This is where you have to build your character. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven have mastered that.
She's just like the other day. It's like, come on, Pete.
Yeah.
And Piper's just like, It's like Piper doesn't even talk. She just stands there and she's funny anyways.
Yeah. It's just they are so perfect together. They're
really funny.
Laurel and Hardy of frigging the WWE.
Yeah, the Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah. And like the thing is that they're both getting over as faces now because they're just so damn entertaining.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. I literally don't know. Like, everyone watch what they do. This is how you do this. Like, Chelsea Green owns her character. She owns that character. And Piper Niven follows her lead, and it's gold. One segment, that's all they need.
Yep. They're better tag champions.
Yeah. Oh, they would be extremely entertaining.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Yeah, when they were the Heart Foundation.
That is super fun. Piper Niven's funny too, her face. It's like
they're just good together. I mean, it's one segment, man. They got, and they're hilarious.
And then they're like, "Oh, were you listening in?" It's like Nia Jax is right there. Oh, we're just waiting for Tiffany to cash in on Nia Jax. Oh, Nia, are you there? Oh my God! And then Tiffany flicks her hair at her. She's like, "Oh, you flicked her hair at me." It's like,
yeah. Oh, Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton. They should just do an interview series with the two of them. It'd be hilarious.
They're very funny, yeah.
I don't know how Tiffany and Fallon Henley didn't end up a tag team when they were in that farm thing, and like she's like, Tiffany, you can't walk. Like you're not even able to walk. Like how are you going? Like I was like, this needs to be a tag team right now. Tiffany Stratton and Fallon Henley, because God knows the tag team she's in now, that threesome, is terrible.
Oh, what's her name?
Fatal Influence? J.C. James? Garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage. I get what they're trying to do. I wouldn't call them Fatal Influence. What was the name I came up with for them? I can't remember her name, but it was a better name than Fatal Influence. Because what I don't understand. What are you influencing? This sounds like Toxic Attraction Volume 2.
Right.
And Fallon Henley is still coming out as a cowgirl, an evil cowgirl. Get rid of that shtick, man.
Yeah. Why was she a cowgirl anyways? Like.
Oh, maybe I guess like they were just going off
from before. She was before my time.
Yeah, she was. It was just tropes, right? I'm assuming.
Henley, is that how you spell it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Was she always that character, or was she something else before?
I think she was always that character because she wasn't there long before we started watching NXT.
So yeah, she was just with those guys, right? So it was just like,
and they were like two
cowboy guys or whatever.
Cowboy guys, so she was just a cowgirl.
She was just a cowgirl.
But now that she's a heel, she's a heel cowgirl. It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She looks good.
I mean, she looks good, yes. That's beyond a shadow of a doubt, but get rid of the evil cowgirl thing. It's just bad.
Yeah. This is. I mean, I should make this my wallpaper, really. Let's see. Oh, you can't see. Oh, I'd opened a new tab. I was trying to see if they had any news. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't mind this team, but I feel like it's not really
organic.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
You know what the problem is? The girl on the end, the Jasmine Nix.
This one?
Yeah. She's the problem. Because you got two veteran locker room NXT women who've been there a while and this newcomer. And their whole thing is we don't like the newcomers. And they pointed out that she's a newcomer and they're like, oh, well, she's different.
What's her name?
Jasmine Nix.
All right, so I'll see. It'll correct me. Oh, this is right. Okay, Jasmine Nix. Yeah. Yeah, we were there when she came in, right?
Yep.
Oh, is it NYX?
Yeah, NYX.
Oh, it's like a weird, stupid Jasmine Nix. There we go. Yeah. They shouldn't have used that as their shtick.
No.
If that was going to be their thing, they should have not said that. Like, just have it. You could still have those three, but call it something else.
Yeah.
Like, and like, what is it?
Actually be damage control.
Yeah. Damage control to me is like not. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't like. And you go on Google. This is the other thing. You go on Google and it's like mostly just still Bailey stuff. But what's her name? Asuka.
Knee injury.
Oh.
And same with Dakota Kai.
Oh, they're just so now it's just these two, Kyrie and
the new Kabuki Warriors, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a sad state of affairs, man. I think they make a lot of changes and like problems with the branding and stuff. Like, just call them something better. Like, I didn't even like damage control because I'm like, what do you?
Yeah, I like the name Damage Control, but not for a wrestling faction. Like, what are they? I mean, New World Order was the best.
Yeah.
You know, I like Pretty Deadly as a tag team. Like, that's a great because they're like these posh guys, and then Pretty Deadly doing that cake and everything, or getting that crown, fixing the crown. That was like that was outrageously stupid, which made it funny. Like, why are they fixing Nia Jax's crown? Like, why are you in this? Like, I feel like they inserted themselves into this story.
Why are Pretty Deadly the musical? I think that is hilarious.
And like, they don't even wrestle anymore either.
No.
But they're just funny anyways.
Well, again, that's how you build characters.
Like, this is hilarious. Like, this is the dumbest gosh. These guys, this might be like genius, because it's like, you can't come up with worse wrestling attire.
Yeah, I know.
But it's absolutely perfect for these two guys. I mean, this is the dumbest attire of all time. It's so genius. Like, I don't want to look at it.
No.
But you kind of have to, because it's so weird.
It's so bad.
It's so, you're just like, is it? And you're like, and then you look at it and you're like, you're trying to, your mind, contrary to what people believe, your mind is trying to always make sense of the world. It's like, you're like, okay, does this, like, okay, and you're looking at it, you're like, does this make sense? You're like, no, there's no t-shirt. Like, I don't understand. If there's no shirt, like, it's just sleeves. And you're just like, this is so weird, and you can't wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's genius how bad it is.
Yeah.
It's meant to be this. Like it's
Yeah.
meant. It's supposed to be silly.
Yes.
Which makes it great. Now I did notice that they've started to get the Grayson Waller and Theory. Are they gonna
split?
Like they were kind of making fun of that. On Cody was kind of pointing that out last time.
Yeah, well, Austin Theory has lost his. I loved Austin Theory, the selfie guy. I think that was genius. But the problem was he wasn't being taken seriously. Brock Lesnar literally used him as a hat rack. So then he was vicious and angry, and he got the U.S. belt. And I'm like, this is good. This is promising. And then he dropped it to Rey Mysterio. And I went, oh, that's not good. And then he's in a tag team with Grayson Waller, A-Town Down Under. And I'm like, this guy can do more.
Yeah.
So I don't think he should be a face. I don't think he's meant to be a face. But I pretty much figure he's got, like, I hope it's a heel. He stays a heel and he just isn't with Grayson Waller anymore.
All right.
I want to see him doing something else because I just think him with Grayson Waller has run its course.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't care about their segments anymore.
Nope. No, I don't find them interesting in the least together. I think they need to split them up. So I'm okay with that. I just Theory as a face would be really odd to me because he's so great as an obnoxious heel.
Yeah.
But I guess it could be done. I don't know. It really depends on how they handle things. But there's just too many guys. Too many wrestlers don't understand their characters or what they have to do to get themselves over. And I think there are too many of them. I don't know if it's the writing is, holding them back. But I think they have to know, like, the Io Sky thing is a perfect example. She's a heel, and she's doing frigging moonsaults and stuff. She's not doing moonsaults like Tiffany Stratton, but now Tiffany Stratton is leaving heel territory. There's an art to being a heel.
Yeah.
Dominic Mysterio has proven it. People will pay money to show up and boo him. He can't talk during segments.
He can't talk.
Insanely booed he is.
Yeah, I've never seen this before where the guy cannot speak. Like, yeah. I know they get booed. It's boo, yeah, he's terrible, ha, ha, ha. It's to the point where it's like the guy cannot speak.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's crazy.
Yep. And I think Grayson Waller has that. I think Austin Theory has that. I don't think they have it together. There's certain guys who have it. Randy Orton can turn him. Well, he's too old now. Like, he's been around too long, and people respect him where I don't think they want. Remember the thing I always say: people have to want to boo you.
Right.
If you don't do, like Chad Gable, as soon as he turned heel, everyone wanted to boo him.
Yep.
Perfect. You need that.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of those guys, no one wants to boo them. No one wants to cheer them. No one cares about them one way or the other.
Yep.
Those three guys, you got to get rid of, as talented as they are.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Like,
yeah.
All right. I think we'll end it off there. So, guys, remember tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Legion live stream. So, Steve, anything? What's going on with your new collection of stories?
So still getting the cover done. I've seen some of the art. It's really good. The artist said he'll get back to me. He says hopefully by tomorrow with the cover concept, like the final. What he wants the cover to be. I've seen like the two characters who are going to be on the cover, and I'm very happy with the designs. So I gave him the length of the book. I gave him my back my back copy stuff. So, and unlike a lot of my other books, I'm probably not going to have a photo of myself on the back because the back is going to be so cool that I really don't want anything on the back other than the cover and the text that I come up with.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. And of course, the ISBN number and all that crap. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, if I get the cover, I can publish it very soon in September. Working on my next book now, which is taking me a lot longer because it requires a lot of research because it's a historical novel.
Psst. History. You and I are just passing through history, but
we are.
But this is history.
Yeah.
And we are history. So
yeah.
We will see you. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. That's it. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.